Tonight on the news, rescue operation continues at collapsed building site on Lagos Island. Plus, pupils of Rising Sun Group of Schools on excursion to NTA Lagos Channel 10 express excitement at exposure. Good evening, I am Israel Efe Robo with the news at 7 on your NTA Lagos Channel 10. Well, thank you for joining us. Well, also with me tonight is my sign language interpreter, Babatunde Abiodun. Well, let's let you know that this news broadcast is up on YouTube, streaming live. Just type in NTA Lagos and you can watch. And other details of the news. Well, more than 24 hours after the collapse of the 3-story building at Itafaji Street, close to Tinubu Square in Lagos Island, where about 25 people lost their lives. As at the time of filing this report, rescue operations are still on with security personnel at alert. NTA's correspondent Thomas Ogbetere, who visited the scene in the morning, has the rest of the story.
Rescue operators, security personnel and other paramilitary organizations were still present at the scene of the collapsed 3-story building after working throughout the night to ensure that no stone is left unturned in the rescue operation. People from far and near were still trooping in and out of the scene, with journalists from different media houses doing their jobs. Some representatives from different government agencies like the Standard Organization of Nigeria were also present to collect samples of materials to ascertain if the materials used for the building were up to standard or not.
We have come with our tools to take samples of like the stay bath. We also take sample of the concrete aggregates to analyze them in our laboratory and check the quality. You know, the stay baths, they have identification marks on them, so it will help us to trace, you know, the stay baths to the manufacturers. But you know that it's not just substandard products that causes building collapse. There are a lot of factors that cause building collapse. Like when you engage quacks, is a factor. You know, when you have faulty designs, when you don't engage qualified professionals like structural engineers, builders to do your construction for you, and you engage quacks, you say that this person has been building for the past 50 years, therefore he's qualified. No.
The General Manager of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Adesina Tiamiyu, while feeding questions from journalists, said the Lagos State government will ultimately come out with the accurate numbers of people rescued and taken to hospitals, and the ones that did not make it.
We understand some people are still coming, and we don't want to stop operation when we start. We will give it, and then the equipment also need to rest. It's been working for almost 24 hours, if you remember. It worked all through the night. And I have just one operator, the other one is sick. So I want him to take some breather and then we'll come back. All of us will be here until we're through.
The 3-story building was said to be housing a school, residential apartments and some shops before the ugly incident. In Lagos, Thomas Ogbetere, NTA News.
101 senators-elect have been presented with certificates of return by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Well, this follows the conclusion of elections in those senatorial districts. Our correspondent, May Ogdi, has the details.
From the entrance down to the main hall of the International Conference Center, Abuja, it's all celebrations and taking of selfies as the victorious ones receive their tickets to the Red Chamber of the National Assembly from the INEC. Out of the 109 senators elect, 8 senators are yet to be presented with certificates of return. 7 are to conduct supplementary elections while Imo West Senatorial District is pending as the results were allegedly announced under duress.
Pending a supplementary, we fix a date, the 23rd of March will be the date we'll conduct all pending supplementary elections.
So, for now, APC is smiling to the Senate with 63 senators, PDP 37 and YPP 1. Both returning and fresh senators are going to the National Assembly with well-cut-out agenda.
I do not expect the kind of very frosty relationship between the executive and legislative to exist in the ninth assembly. By the grace of God, we are going to make our mark.
My major concern will be how to perfect the electoral process to make it a little hitch-free and rancor-free for our people.
We would like to see how we can transform Nigeria football, looking at English Premier League as a test case.
The political climate in Rivers State is uncertain as the state elections and the two senatorial supplementary elections were suspended by the INEC following alleged violence and violation of electoral rules. But latest information from INEC shows a ray of hope.
Yeah, the committee returned yesterday from Rivers, so we hope to take the report tomorrow. And there is also another committee of dispatch to Bauchi. They too will submit their own report, and then we'll take this report together.
INEC is not an island, so Professor Mahmoud Yakubu is pleading with the 9th National Assembly to work out a legal framework in deepening the electoral process ahead of 2023 general elections. Mie Ogidi, MT News.
Well, pupils of Rising Sun Group of Schools today visited NTA Lagos Channel 10 on an educational excursion to have a deeper knowledge of what goes on in a television station. Ajoke Aremu tells us more.
The pupils of Rising Sun Group of Schools were taken on a tour around the operational areas of the station, such as the audiovisual library, the newsroom, the master control room, visual transmission room, and the studio, where they were educated on the rudiments of television broadcasting. After each session, they were opportuned to ask questions and were given satisfactory answers.
You know what this thing does for you? Everything that goes on air, you must write it down here. Just the way you have your transition schedule that tells you all the programs you should transmit. This helps you to record all the things that were happening while you were on duty. What do we do here? Preview programs, supply programs, make sure they're like gatekeepers, to make sure that we don't just anything on air.
At the end of the tour, the teachers and pupils said they had a wonderful and educative experience which they wish never ended.
We went to the MCL, the master control room, so then they teach us how we can maintain our studio, the camera, how we can use our camera in expanding things in other countries and in other states.
We thought of that in the NTA library that they are not too much books. The thing they use books to write any video.
We learn many things, and the children have gained a lot from all what we've learned, and I've seen many things that I don't know about today, and I think it's very educative. So I advise other children from other schools to come and learn.
We have been told how all this program is transformed to our TV. So I'm very happy. I wish other schools can come. I know it will enlighten the children and make them to know what they are watching in their different houses. So I'm appealing to other schools to come as well.
I just want to say that the children have learned a lot for today. Not only to watch television at home without knowing how the signals and how the programs move after one after the other. It helped them a lot. Even from there, they also notify that they have a logbook where every program has its own time.
They agreed that this trip will help mold the children for future career decisions and will remain green in their memories. Rising Sun Group of Schools prides itself as one of the best citadel of learning and is located at 1 Mafoluku Road, Mafoluku, Oshodi, Lagos. In Lagos, Ajoke Aremu, NTA News.
You are watching the news at 7 right here on NTA Lagos Channel 10. We'll go for a break at this juncture. When we return, correspondent on special assignment examines arrangements put in place for fast approaching rainy season. These and more after the break. Join us again.
The Lenten season is here again, a time of sober reflection, obedience, love, repentance, and forgiveness. NTA Lagos Channel 10 is calling on churches, clergymen, and Christians at large to share their knowledge of God's Word in areas of interest pertaining to the Lenten season, such as resurrection.
Grace from the dead is what resurrection is all about.
Peace.
There is no peace anywhere outside of Jesus.
The Holy Communion.
It gives us an opportunity to be spiritually sensitive and to be spiritually alert.
Godliness.
Are you a godly man? Are you a godly woman? To be godly, we must be spiritually fit.
And many more on our platform, The Lenten Talk. For more information and bookings, please call Henrietta on 0803 343 0169. Margaret on 0808 451 0040. And Kem on 0706 086 5487. And Fumi on 0805 396 3719. Jesus is Lord.
Welcome back. You are watching the news at 7 right here on NTA Lagos Channel 10. Let's also let you know this news is also live on YouTube. It is streaming live, so you can also watch on YouTube. Just type in NTA Lagos and you can watch. Now, most often you hear people say, we are saving for the rainy day. Well, this popular idiom simply means to put something aside to meet future needs. Ironically, the rainy season or the rainy days are here again. What preparations or preventive measures have been put in place to make our roads motorable for the road users? Well, these and many more will be examined by our correspondent Felicia Uwusu in this special report.
To the farmer, the rainy season is the most desired and cherished of all seasons, as it helps his crops to grow and flourish. But to all road users and managers, the rainy season is seen as a source of uncertainty, as it poses some challenges to traffic operations, which lead to slow movement of vehicles. Rain is one important meteorological factor that causes road accidents, as some of the weather-related vehicle crashes occur during the rainy season. The effects of rainfall on the road deserve to be a strategic issue for any country, for the safety of its citizens and smooth operation of its transportation system, especially as it causes difficulties such as potholes, erosions, fog, windstorm, and others for the road users. As a result of all these factors, some Lagos residents share their experiences while making suggestions for the way forward.
Normally it will affect your shock, and gradually you're affecting your tire, and sometimes it can lead to it can also lead to damage of your ball joint. So that's the effect.
Every time that rain falls, this road is too bad. We have a flood, but there's no drainage. That drainage they do is not clear. The government can do drainage. Maybe they should remove all this coverage that is here. They should give us the coverage.
Driving past this road, and I'm driving a car that is really low, it damages parts, because I have been involved on a breakdown on this road. I think that day I was driving and I didn't know there was a very, very deep pothole. So my car, the tire actually burst.
The PRO, Lagos State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, Shino Trop, while speaking with NTA News in an interview, disclosed some of the steps taken by the ministry in preparation for the rainy season.
Now the ministry does not wait for the rainy season to commence before doing any work. Before the rainy season, let's say between January, February, December, January, February, you have a continuous rehabilitation of failed portions of major roads.
The PRO has this advice for road users.
when your vehicle breaks down, make effort to push it to one side. You see, we must be our brother's keeper. That's what the Rotary says. Is it fair to all concerned? If your act on the road is not going to be fair to the other road users, then you are not being sincere. You are not being a good Lagosian. You are not being a good Nigerian.
Lagos residents are also charged to report any road that is in bad condition through the code 767112. In Lagos, Felicia Nwosu, NTA News.
A look now at sports. Cape Verde Fabrico Duarte will be at the center when the Super Eagles of Nigeria host Seychelles in the 2019 African Cup of Nations qualifying fixture at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, Delta State on March 23rd. NTA sports correspondent Benga Oloyede tells us more.
Duarte will be assisted by his compatriots Jose Carlos and Leslie Paynes Mendez and Delgado Fandis, with Zane George, who will serve as assistant referees for the Dead Rubber Group E clash. The Super Eagles are already through to Egypt 2019 after holding the Bafana of South Africa to a 1-1 draw in their last game in the qualifiers at the FNB Stadium, Johannesburg. The Super Eagles defeated the Pirates 3-0 in the revised fixture last year, their first win in the group after going down to a 2-0 home defeat to South Africa in their first game in the qualifiers. Gernot Roy's men are expected to start preparations for the game next week Monday in Asaba. The German has invited 23 players for the game, with only 2 local best in the list. The West African will also take on the Pharaohs of Egypt in a friendly match on March 26 in Asaba. In Lagos, Benga Oloyede, NTA News.
Well, sports wraps up the news this evening on your NTA Lagos Channel 10. Well, do not forget that you can always re-watch our news broadcasts on YouTube. Just type in NTA Lagos and you can watch. Well, that's it from me and my sign language interpreter, Babatunde Abiodun. I am Israel.